Got a great finish coming here in San Diego. The San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. Northern Illinois keeping the drive alive with a fake punt.
We stopped the tape right here. Look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders. But here the play was originally supposed to be an option with the lead blocker right here. He's supposed to pitch it. Once he did not pitch it, he's got to make 5 yards on his own. He just runs through the tacklers. They like the matchup. Got the play.
With Desroy Maxwell. They start this fourth quarter with a dangerous throw to Deron Brown. Nevin Lawson stops him after 8 yards. Lynch loaded up and rifled that one in there.
Yeah, sometimes you get away with that. Just got to have courage and faith and a very, very quick release.
Empty set on 2nd and 2. 6 blockers on 5 in the box. Throwing the fade, but over Brown's head. Trying to take advantage of the one-on-one with the All-American Nevin Lawson. 3rd and 2.
And one of the things that Lynch has been best at tonight is the quick throw over the middle anywhere, just quick rhythm throws, not the sprint out rollout ones where it takes a lot of time. So I wouldn't be surprised giving him some type of a run pass option here on the edge.
Northern Illinois 0 of 3 on 3rd down so far in this second half. Brown got drilled and lost a yard. It was Jake Dowdy, one of the nation's top 10 tacklers, all Mountain West for a second time, setting up 4th down.
My gosh, that was a tremendous play on defense. The entire defense, but Jake Dowdy coming off that edge. I'll tell you what, because there's a lot of options there. The ball could go outside or inside with a lead blocker. He did a tremendous job.
Well, you already use your fake, right? 4th down and 3. Van Leeuwen is back to receive it. A punt of 35 yards. And Utah State will have it at the 30. They'll have it thanks to one of the nation's top 10 defenses. Trying to send the Aggies to back-to-back bowl wins for the first time in program history. SportsCenter follows us, but if you can't wait, get close to all the action wherever you are with the new SportsCenter app. Blazing fast scores for the hottest news and highlights. Access to your favorite SportsCenter talent 24/7 via Twitter. You can download now by calling *SC from your phone. 1st down and 10, Utah State from the 30. And Joey DiMartino bouncing to the edge with a flag flying in from the back judge. DiMartino pinballing around for a yard. Maybe getting another crackback block, reading the lips of Sean Hockley. Like. Be the second one we've had on Utah State tonight.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist by the offense. Crackback, half the distance to the goal. Replay, 1st down.
That's a new emphasis point in the interest of safety, and obviously I haven't seen that called that many times, but this twice tonight. Bottom of the screen, watching right there. Yeah, as soon as you do that, you cannot, once the play has gone outside, it doesn't matter. It's all about that. Cannot block back below the waist.
So 1st down now in a quarter of the field for Utah State. Garrettson will dump it off to Natson. And the defense was all over it. Sean Evans was waiting. 2nd down and long. They've really done a nice job of containing Natson.
They have, and it's amazing because with his speed, and he's sort of the X factor for that offense about getting it inside or outside, but they've done a great job of containing him. Now, 2nd and 25, whatever the case may be, 2nd and a long ways. You want to get half of it back. You want to get 2/3 of it back. Try to get to a manageable 3rd down.
Part of this pre-snap movement, 4 players deployed to the near side, including 2 tight ends. Natson at the backside of it. And they'll run a quarterback draw. Ken Bishop was all over it. 3rd and long. All that movement, smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, trying to get you to overcommit to the outside. They had 4 guys out to the diamond side, one-on-one at the top. But the defensive line always in those situations, they get empty. Their job is to cross stunt to make sure you cancel the quarterback draw.
3rd down and 23 with a true freshman quarterback. It'll be interesting to see the play callers here.
it may be fairly conservative in all honesty.
They drop 8 and still get pressure. Tipped and picked. Ken Bishop. Northern Illinois is in business with a first down at the 16.
2 plays in a row by Bishop. Talk about a safe play. They're trying to throw a screen, maybe get the first down. The ball is tipped, though. The pressure gets the ball right up in the air. And I'll tell you what, watch this right here. Nice job. There's just a tip of the hand. Great job. And then see it bouncing up in the air. Great concentration by Bishop. They practice that tip drill once in a while, but you don't ever think it's going to happen.
And it's the second interception of the season for the big fella, Ken Bishop. Had one against UMass as well. Daryl Garrettson has been picked off 2 of his last 3 throws. And now Northern Illinois within a touchdown and with the ball inside the 15. Lynch off to Turner. He got tripped up by Tate Glover Wright. Got a yard, 2nd and 9. Can get a first down, but the Sticks at the 3.
Once again, I'm going to say how impressed I am with the Utah State defense. Tremendous job of covering all the options inside out and rallying to the football.
Lynch rolls, turns the shoulders, end zone for Brescacin, but broken up by Bird. 5th-year seniors played a great game out there on the edge.
I think one of the things is the Utah State secondary is so quick to the ball. The receivers are not open very long. The ball's got to be thrown sooner. And when you're on the move, sometimes you have to wait a half a second to get your hips in the right way, and just too late with that throw. This group in the secondary is very, very good, very talented, and very comfortable in man-to-man coverage.
Third and 9. Lynch well protected. Way too tall. And this takeaway, the pick from the defense, will result in just a field goal attempt. They get a total of 1.5 yards after getting the interception from Bishop.
Kudos to the Utah State defense. They bowed their back, said this in and of itself is a victory to have them try and attempt a field goal as opposed to getting a touchdown. But it is in the best interest of NIU. This will cut it to a field goal, make it only a 3-point game if successful.
29 yards. He missed again. My goodness. He's missed 9 of his last 13. 2 missed field goals, and that's the difference early in the 4th.
Young man in the
lonely spot for Matthew Sims, who's missed 2 pretty makeable field goals tonight.
Yeah, it's really difficult. It all comes down to that, and you know he's probably doing everything he thinks is right, but he's just missing it one side or the other. And the reality is, it's a pretty lonely spot, as you talked about. The only thing worse might be a parent sitting in the stands right now.
And you've been in that situation.
I've been there, so I'll tell you what, it's hard. You think about all the time and work they put in, and unfortunately, it's like an offensive lineman. You only get called when you have a penalty or something goes wrong.
Got off to such a great start this year. Hit 8 of his first 11 field goals, but has now missed 9 of his last 13. Let's see if Utah State can grind some clock. Joey DiMartino made a nice cut, and they got pulled down by Jamal Bass. 2nd and 7.
Well, and you know, we heard Rod Carey say as he walked off the field at halftime, we missed the field goal. That's why we went for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they will attempt another field goal tonight, to be honest with you.
To win the game, though, they'll need an extra point.
That's true.
You're not going to feel real comfortable about that as you see Tyler Weedle, who is the kickoff man. Keep that in mind as you see him teeing that ball up. Blitz came and gashed it initially. And DiMartino with his stiff arm sheds Evans for a first down. And moves over 100 yards on the night. Matt Wells said if they get 100 yards out of Joey DiMartino, they like their chances.
And especially at 7.2 per carry. That's getting to it fairly quickly, really.
58 of those came on one touch, skewing the numbers some. But still, 100 is 100. A 6-point lead early on in the fourth. Garrett's in all kinds of time. Miscommunication with Van Leeuwen. That'll fall harmlessly. 2nd and 10. Utah State this year 6-0 when they have a 100-yard rusher. Trying to win back-to-back bowl games for the first time in program history. And trying to finish the season by winning 6 of 7 after starting 3 and 4. Losing their All-American quarterback in that first half of the season as well.
And Garrettson has struggled a little bit throwing the ball lately. A couple picks. Missed the Olton guy on the flea flicker, the end around. It's not been the best series or best set of downs for him.
Michael Santa Catarina tackles DiMartino, who gets 6 more, 3rd and 4.
And in addition to that, maybe that's why the emphasis has shifted to the running game for 2 reasons. One, your quarterback's not throwing it all that well. And second, let's take as much time off the clock as we can. Keep running the football if we're successful.
Utah State converted its first 2 third downs, 1 for 9 since on 3rd down. NIU brings 5. Garrettson rolls. Has Swindle, who has a first down. Durant couldn't get him. And Swindle has had a nice game, including a touchdown catch. Moves the chains to the 43.
Nice job of body control to make the first guy miss. Didn't catch the ball for the first down, but ran for the first down.
The coaching staff talked about how he's been bouncing back from that hamstring injury, so might be flying under the radar some, but he's been the favorite target, Daryl Garrettson, in this game. From the 43, DiMartino pinned it on his hip for a moment and got both hands over and got a first down into Husky territory.
That was like he was trying to hide the ball from the defense. He had it behind his back almost a little bit. That's a lot scary. As a coach, you're going, oh my gosh, get control of that ball. So watch on the exchange right here. Puts it through and then almost pulls it back out. He's got it pinned right there. Thank God there was no contact, and he did a great job of grabbing it with both hands.
Utah State starting to put together a demoralizing drive if you're NIU. DiMartino with a block from Anderson. Jamal Bass with the tackle, but not before 4 yards, and Utah State continues to get chunk yardage on these run plays.
They like the zone stretch play to the outside and let DiMartino just pick his hole. And if nothing happens, he's just going to keep running laterally, gaining ground.
Final collegiate game for Joey DiMartino, playing it in his hometown of San Diego. Entered the year with less than 160 career yards. He's run for more than 1,000 this season. Second and 6. Robert Marshall. Keegan Anderson, another big block. And another Utah State first down.
They're liking running to their right side, attacking the left side of the NIU defense. They may have found something there that they like. And when you find something, you're going to stick with it. But look at the push down there. Everybody's blocked up, locked up. And then the running back get a chance to put his head down, get ahead of steam.
Ronald Butler got a pancake block on Sean Evans, too. From the 31, nearing comfortable field goal range, which would lead to a 2-possession game. Marshall ran into traffic this time and lost yardage. Joe Windsor, George Rainey. Past the halfway mark of this fourth quarter. NIU's defense trying to slam the door right here.
We talked about the fact that Rainey and Windsor are both slight guys. They're only 222 and 236, so they're not going to hold up to a double-team combo block of a tight end and tackle very well. They got to get help from their linebackers. Bishop inside, and if they continue to line up in 2 tight end type things, puts a lot of pressure on those defensive ends.
Big hole for DiMartino. Stop made by Jamal Pateman, true freshman. Makes it a manageable 3rd down and about 6. The ball at the 27 right now. It would be a 44-yard field goal from here. Season long for Nick Diaz is 45. Jake Thompson, the long distance guy, but missed badly for more than 50 the first drive of this game.
Watch the backs out of the backfield now as receivers.
Big 3rd down play. They swing it out to DiMartino with a 1st down inside the 20.
He's averaged almost 10 yards a catch on the season, and you could tell just the fact that I thought they'd like that. If they got coverage on the outside, they love to swing the back. You see a perfect throw here. He does a nice job of getting up the field and then continuing to get yards after contact.
The clock winding inside of 6 minutes. Out of the Wildcat, Tay Glover Wright takes the snap. He's a JUCO quarterback. Plays corner now. He's played a really good game. Up to the 15. George Rainey with a tackle after 4 yards.
Northern Illinois.
And an NIU timeout inside of 6 minutes. And the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl.
Watch ESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
This Utah State drive started at its own 20. Looking at the 13th play coming here. This demoralizing drive against 12-1 NIU. 2nd and 7. DiMartino has been the stud on this drive. Running hard inside the 10, close to a 1st down.
Utah State line is staying on their blocks, on the combo blocks, taking the defensive line up to the linebacker level. The backers are not able to scrape right now and make any plays. I think coach took that timeout, honestly, to talk to his team, to give them a breather, not because of the time on the clock, but the pounding they've been taking down the field.
Power eye on 3rd down and short. DiMartino bobbled the handoff, recovered and set up 1st and goal. Not the first time on this drive we've seen kind of a dirty exchange on the handoff.
Dirty exchange is exactly what I would call that. The good thing is, again, the blocking held up. There's no problem right there. The ball is fumbled around, but he's got the opportunity to regather it, make up down the field. Tremendous blocking up front. Really demoralizing, as you said already, Joe, for that NIU defensive front 7. They're getting pushed around all over the field.
Well, Coach Wells wasn't lying when he said 100 yards probably meant a win. They're perfect this season when they do it. A couple of programs making their BCS debuts. New Year's Day, number 15 UCF with the number 13 defense in the country, taking on 6th-ranked Baylor's top-ranked offense, averaging more than 50 points a game. It's the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, New Year's night, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. Couple 11-1 teams in that game. Rod Carey's team trying to come up with some kind of stop here. The issue is any kind of points makes it a 2-possession game. 5:01 left. Out of the power eye again. DiMartino downhill, tackled by Joe Windsor. 2nd and goal. Now the issue is here, every time you stop them, more times running off the clock, unless you use timeout, as Rod Carey does, but now out of them.
Yeah, that's, you know, you can stop the clock when you're on defense. You know how to stop when you're in offense. So a lot of coaches believe use your timeouts anytime you can or you want. The real key, though, what I was going to talk about is NIU's defense has to stay low. If they get up, stand up, they're going to get pushed around by the Utah State offensive line. They're not very big at the defensive end position. They've got to go down low, cut out the blockers, and allow the linebackers to be able to penetrate and make plays.
Joey DiMartino, what a game this senior out of right here in San Diego's had.
Well, he's broken tackles. He's found ways to hang on the ball even when he didn't have it, and he's finished plays.
2nd down and goal. NIU's out of timeouts now. counter play. DiMartino fighting through Rainey down to the 1. Now 3rd and goal, and they can run this clock down around 4 minutes. It'll be about 4:10 when they snap it here. But again, any points makes it a 2-score game because of the missed field goals on the other end from Matt Sims. How about this? 11 first downs for Utah State in the half. Northern Illinois' lone first down was on the fake punt.
And we talked about, we felt like NIU might have had the momentum coming out of halftime, but Utah State snatched it away.
DiMartino, one more try. This time he's in. And on a San Diego homecoming, he's got a touchdown to give Utah State a 2-score lead.
Nice job coming off the edge. They stack people up, and then a missed tackle at the point of attack. Every tackle you've got to make in the backfield if you're going to stop anybody down there at the 2-yard line.
They'll go for 2, try and make it a 14-point game. And now Utah State will use its first time out of the half.
Utah State, their first of the half. 30-second timeout.
Want to be sure about this. Capital One Bowl Week in full gear. And how about Saturday? This slate of games starts with Notre Dame, finishes with Michigan. Notre Dame 2-11 in its last 13 bowls and playing Rutgers in New York City for the 2nd time. They played in 1921 at the Polo Grounds. 48-0 Notre Dame win. Cincinnati, North Carolina at 3:20. Miami and Louisville for the final time as non-conference foes, and then Michigan and Kansas State.
Teddy Bridgewater go and play with his hometown people there. I'll tell you what, that'll be exciting and interesting. And Michigan doesn't have a quarterback right now.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Devin Gardner out.
First time since 05 they've played a December bowl game. 2-point conversion coming here. Garrettson off his back foot finds Natson in a 14-point game with Utah State in front. Rod Carey's team down 2 scores in the closing minutes.
The 2013 San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl is brought to you by San Diego County Credit Union. It's not big bank banking, it's better. The Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event. Visit VWDealer.com. And the Quick Silver Card from Capital One. Earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase.
Jordan Lynch said that even as a kid, winning the Heisman had been a dream, and that in the back of his mind, he knew if he got a chance to be a college quarterback, he'd have a shot to win it, and was the 2nd runner-up, highest finish ever for a MAC player.
He's going to get tested right now. The reality is he went to New York for a reason. The world now is 4-down territory. We're talking about how do you come back from 14 points down, where you got to score, you go for it all the time, and you got to get an onside kick at some point.
Here's Paris Logan with a seam. Not a bad start.
Yeah, good return helps. Good field position helps. But realistically, like I said, they've got to go for it all the way on 4th down. They've just got to score 2 touchdowns. They've got to somehow get the ball back after the first score, which would necessitate an onside kick. They play at the right tempo, though, because they are up-tempo. They're warp speed, and they will have to throw the ball. But don't be surprised to see Jordan Lynch still run the ball, because if you get first downs, you can stop the clock.
No timeouts for NIU as Lynch goes to work against a 4-man rush. Coverage downfield is so good that he's got to tuck it and get sacked.
This may work against him. In fact, he's been successful running the ball in those situations. He has to also know when to throw it away to save time on the clock.
They're 4 deep routes, so they've got to wait for those receivers to hustle back and get set. Running out of time in his NIU career. Underneath Desroy Maxwell. who's now got both first downs tonight, or in the second half for NIU. One on a fake.
One was on a fake, yeah.
One here.
Doesn't say much about the offense, does it?
Says quite a bit about Utah State's defense. Top 10 in the country. Stopping one of the top 10 offenses in the country. From the 45. Well protected. That one's knocked out of there by Sweet. Great attempt from Lewis. 2nd and 10.
It's almost a great catch. And he's only 5'7", we talked about it, but what range to lay out and what courage to go across the middle. Ball thrown just a bit. Almost has it, just cannot keep it in contact with the ground.
Yeah, 5'7", 155. He and JoJo Natson, two of the better tiny players in college football. Long throw to Breskison. Boy, he loves that wide side throw. This one to the right. Prefers going to the left.
It's not his favorite. His favorite goes the other way. But still a little bit short. Got to get that first down.
The ball spotted. Clock runs. 3rd down in the yard. And Lynch will get the first down with a run. And B.J. Larson makes the tackle. Clock stops for the chains to move, and NIU will hustle to the football. Boy, that ball got spotted quickly.
It did. They started that clock pretty fast.
Inside of 3 minutes now. Pressure coming. Lynch steps into his throw. Wide of Breskison, 2nd down. Sports Center follows us. Aaron Rodgers will make the start. The winner moved to the playoffs. Packers-Bears game on Sunday. Devin Gardner, you mentioned it earlier, leaving Michigan without a true quarterback. And down the wire on the hardwood tonight. From the 32. Lynch backpedaling and heaving it out of bounds. 3rd down. Jake Dowdy with the cover, with the pressure. Well, fans, be sure to tune into ESPN3 for the post-game trophy ceremony immediately following this one. And it's on ESPN3. Watch ESPN app. Four down territory, 3rd and 10. Lewis makes the play for a first down. Oh boy, they spotted him. Looks like shy of the first down.
Yeah, this isn't it. Yeah, they're calling it short.
Looked like he caught that at the 21.
They look at all that stuff upstairs.
Lynch will get a first down to the 15. Nevin Lawson with a tackle. And a gain of 10 yards.
If they should somehow find a way to score, remember, we're going to look for an onside kick, obviously.
Lynch throwing for Breskison, too tall, 2nd and 10.
That was actually a pretty good throw. That one finished very well for him, maybe just a little bit too high, but he's throwing it well before the receiver's even out of his break.
How about Matt Wells? He's 204 away from becoming the first Utah State coach to win 9 games in his first season. Former Utah State quarterback back in the mid-90s.
Tremendous job. Coach of the year, and definitely earned it.
Lynch giving Breskison a chance again, but not so much. 3rd and 10.
A little bit of hand fighting with the defensive back. Breskison looked a little disinterested in that ball.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's getting tired or he's slightly hurt, but he didn't get a great effort there. I don't know if the ball was thrown all that perfectly, but still, not as much effort as I'd like to see.
Scans the field. All kinds of time. Runs into his own man and heaves it into the corner. 4th down. So last chance coming here for Jordan Lynch in Northern Illinois.
Had the wherewithal. They were in a zone. They really weren't rushing a lot of people. He flushed out of the pocket, thought about running, and I think he realized there was a lot of people down the field he'd have to maneuver through. All comes down to this.
They bring 6. Lynch with one-on-one, finds Brescacin, who fights his way in. Touchdown NIU. Huskies still breathing with 1:44.
They obviously like that matchup. Brescacin, a big receiver with range, just one-on-one on the outside. Comes down, pushes off just a little bit. Perfect timing on the throw, and then you got to make that tackle, but he fought through it, gets the ball in the end zone. Obviously got to make this extra point, though. There's a little bit more intrigue than you would want from a coaching standpoint.
Sims has missed 2 field goals on 30 yards tonight. Boy, pushes it just through. So now with 1:44, NIU's out of timeout, so it's got to be right here with an onside kick.
Yeah, and you can no longer do the pop kick where you hit it into the ground. That is protected now, so you really just have to roll the ball. And the kickers practice all year long the kick that hopefully hits across, bounces up in the air, and gives your guys a chance to field it. Well, take a look here. That's a great job of breaking the tackle, recognizing where the goal line was, and just making sure you got in there. He had the first down, which is going to be the first goal, but then the second thing was, if I can get in the end zone now, I save time on the clock.
Brescacin with his 6th score this season. Sophomore out of Canada has really emerged as a nice player for them.
Utah State has timeouts left, and if they don't like the formation, or if NIU does something that they're not comfortable with, they can call a timeout here. But generally, the front guys are in charge of blocking. They want the guys behind, the guys with the good hands, to handle the football.
And there you go. Like you said, Matt Wells will use a second timeout.
Utah State, their 3rd and final timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
You can only have 6 people to one side of the kicker, so he just want to make sure his guys are ready and understand who to block, where the overload is, and where the kick is probably coming. It doesn't mean that the other guys are going to go to sleep now, because the kicker can just dribble this if there's nobody in the middle of the field and try to get it himself. This is one of those chess matches you talk about as a coach. Well, if they line up, we're going to match personnel, and then watch out. He can kick it, he can dribble it, he can pop kick it.
NIU's not had a successful onside kick since the Orange Bowl last year. Weed'll try to keep the season alive. Good bounces. Swindle's there to hang on. Utah State will take it at the 49. No, he had it going down to the ground. Some of the NIU players saying they've got it. If that's the case, it switch hands on the bottom of the pile. But Brandon Swindle, who's got a touchdown catch tonight, all but sealing the deal by recovering what was a good onside kick.
And that one is just as important as any touchdown catch. And this is courage. Watch this ball. It does take a good hop here. Boom, pounces up right there, comes off of a guy that he knows he's going to get hit, but catches it, tucks it in, and then controls the ball at the bottom of the pile. And I'll tell you what, a lot of things happen at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
There's some eye gouging and stuff about protect that football. He took a heck of a hit from guess who? Jimmy Ward, all over the field.
So into the victory formation for Utah State.
The Aggies are in victory formation.
Now for our Capital One player of the game, Joey DiMartino. 143 yards on his final game in a Utah State uniform, playing in front of his friends and family here in his hometown of San Diego.
And the coaches called it. If you got 100, we would win, and they certainly did.
Wind this clock down inside of a minute before they snap it for this second down play. They should not have to even run a fourth down play. And Wells gets the Gatorade back. And his first season as head coach. What a coaching job. His team starts 3-4. They have 5 of their 8 returning starters on offense get hurt, season-ending injuries. A freshman quarterback comes in.
You got to coach him up, though. You don't duck down when they do
That's
the Gatorade
where the water
back.
goes.
Yeah, you stand up or run away. He's just a young coach. He'll learn.
And that'll do it. Utah State, for only the third time in 54 tries in program history, has knocked off a ranked opponent. And for the first time in program history, they win back-to-back bowl games. Joey DiMartino with a tremendous game and his final game in a Utah State uniform. Be sure to tune into ESPN3 for the post-game trophy ceremony as soon as we're finished here. For Mike Bellotti, Kara Capuano, and the rest of our crew here in San Diego, Joe Davis saying good night. Coming up next on ESPN is Sports Center with John Butchergross and Jay Harris. Utah State beats Northern Illinois 21-14 to win the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. Good night from San Diego, and now to Sports Center.
Hold on, man. Is that a leak up there?
That's a drip. Now that's a leak. And if you don't have Allstate Renters Insurance, game over.
Combine your renters and auto with Allstate for as low as $4 a month. Call an Allstate agent and get a quote now.